Hello there, Sirius here, and we're back in Dyson Sphere program. These couple days I've been putting a lot of time and effort into my card game, to a point where I feel like I definitely should take a break before I burn myself out, so that's where a game like this really comes in handy, because it just lets me shut off my brain for a moment and just think about something else. And one thing I've noticed is that our coal extraction has come to a halt because our inventory over here is full. So we're going to have to add a couple more boxes. We're almost done though, I feel. We're almost done getting all that coal removed. So shouldn't be that much that we need. So let's just go ahead and Is this the right place? No. Let's put him here in the back. Alright, I think this should do. And then what am I doing? Get that all connected. We should be about done in maybe it'll even be done this episode. Right, because the coal is already quite depleted, so there's that. Let me get a quick overview myself on what we've been working on and what we need to take care of. We've got mostly product overflow problems here, but that's okay. So we've got iron and we've got copper coming in, but copper should last us a while, but once it's empty we're going to want to expand that. I think more importantly we should probably work on our energy matrices here, which is going to require graphite and hydrogen. So that's where all that coal is going to come in handy, because we're now going to need a lot of the coal to make all the graphite that we need for this. Graphite, as far as I know, is being done in a smelter. Yes. Which tells me that if we're going to do glass, oops, we were going to do silicon, glass, and silicon ore here, right?
Depleted.
One thing that I've noticed is that the silicon ore actually turns into the pure silicon. So probably we can figure all this out a bit easier. I thought that the stone goes directly into silicon ore, but anyhow, This is going to require another line, I think, of smelters. Because if this is silicon ore and this is glass, then we can probably do silicon ore here, right? And we're just going to grab the silicon from this band and then put the silicon ore, or the purified. It's not silicon ore. Okay, so this is silicon ore, and then it is made into silicon, high purity silicon. My god, why can I not figure that out? So we're probably going to put that out here like that, and then this is going to be glass. I think that makes sense. That works fine. Which means that after that we can probably do the graphite. We just don't really have the space for it. This is still going to take a while until all this is depleted. I don't know if we can speed this up somehow. Probably could. Yeah, we probably could, but whatever. I'm just thinking that I'll skip this for now and I'll just put it out here. Right. Or work on something else while this is churning away. Like working on the hydrogen. Now the hydrogen, how's that made? From crude oil? Crude oil is turned into... Okay, so we're gonna have to gather up crude oil, and we've got crude oil right here. We should probably start on that. So... do I have... I think I have a facility for that already, just here in my storage. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Alright, do I have one? I mean, I have a storage tank. But no, I don't actually have a facility. So let's make the facility. It should be the oil extractor. Here we go. Let's make one. And then we'll also need the oil refinery. Okay. So this has got
replication complete.
I think this is depletable as well. I wouldn't I wouldn't think this is an endless supply, so I think we're gonna turn it sideways. I'm gonna have to work around it for the time being. Alright, so if we put that here, I think that'll make it easiest to just work around it, even if it stays for a while. And then we're going to probably put the refinery right behind it or something. I don't know. So the refinery it has inputs, outputs on the sides and all that, so there's that. We can have a storage tank so we can just get the overflow directly in here, or like the crude oil can go directly in there. Right, so
mineral depleted.
we can have a bit of overflow. And then I think the refinery is best just right behind it. I think that's the setup I'm gonna go for. It's really simple, but I mean, I am a bit bothered by the fact that somehow this one requires a sorter. While the other one is just a normal, like it just goes directly in, right? And then the refinery requires a sorter though. So it's a little weird. Anyway, it's going to take crude oil and turn it into refined oil and hydrogen. So the refined oil I don't have any use for yet. So we're just going to store that somewhere, right? I don't know where yet. Well, probably up there somewhere. We're just gonna build a lot of storage for it and just store it, mass storage of it, basically. Anyway, let's get that closer. I don't think it's possible to connect directly to it, so it's just a weird way that they've decided to to relate these things to one another, right? Like it would be cool if you could have a pipe here instead of a conveyor belt, and then it would be cool as well if this had a pipe input, because I don't think this takes anything other than liquids, right? It's so weird how they have different systems for just working. So, but whatever. We're gonna have to connect all this to power, and I think the best way for me is to just get the Tesla tower right in here. That'll power these, and then sadly it does not fit in there, but we can get it here, and that should do it, right? So I think we're going to put it there, and that is now doing it. And it looks like we've got this depleted already, so we're going to keep it though, so we can reroute some of this, of the ones that are still having a lot of traffic on them. We can reroute them on the ones that have less traffic. That should speed up the other ones as well, right? Yeah, and we've got a couple that are really close to being depleted, like that one over there. And by just pushing some of this over there, it should make it go faster, right? And it looks like we can go
Mineral depleted.
take some from there over there then. Okay, yeah, that should work. That should work. Anyway, we're making the hydrogen and the refined oil. We're gonna want some storage containers, so we're gonna need to have some iron. I think our biggest iron storage... no, actually we don't have a big iron storage, which is probably good. It's probably good that we're not en masse storing it.
Mineral depleted.
So, let's make 10 of these. And weirdly enough, I think you can store liquids in a normal box, but a normal box doesn't hold nearly as much liquid as this. Anyhow, we're gonna need to also build another matrix, what is it called? Matrix lab, because we're gonna need to make red ones. So we can also stack the other one on top, right? That's perfectly possible. Let's get some coils. Where are we storing the coils? Here. Okay, 200 of those. Let's just make 3. Oh, there was crude oil over here as well. Oops. Well, I mean, we can always upgrade our refining process. But yeah, it depletes, right? So it's like per second, but eventually that goes down to 0. So now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to take from our refinery. We have 2 outputs. Right, let's actually remove this. And so we have the hydrogen and we have the... oh, I completely forgot. I need to put the storage containers down first. It's just gonna be a moment. It's a bit annoying how toward the end they're going so slow. Because when they get to the end, it's really still going to take a while to just get those small amounts of resources out. Anyhow, right, you wanna put this down first. And it's really annoying how it just kind of doesn't fit well, right? It's so awkward. The output channels for this are so awkward because you have 2 outputs, right? And if you want to have them come out on the same side, it's really annoying because this cannot store 2 different liquids as far as I know. This can only store 1 type of liquid, I think. So it's really kind of annoying like that. So I'm wondering if maybe I should just not store the hydrogen and just have the hydrogen go directly to where it's needed. We might do that, right? And so we're just going to take the storage somewhere out here. For the crude oil. What am I saying? Refined oil. Refined oil. Right, let's just start storage here. Let's see, I think we're gonna do that.
Mineral depleted.
Nice. Right, now over here we can just stack these tanks. 4 is gonna be enough for now. Right, so all of these are connected, and then we can output the refined oil in there. I always found it's so weird how this whole thing works. Right, that's the wrong liquid. Jesus. Okay, that's also wrong. We're not wanting acid, we want refined oil. At least it lets us test if it can store 2 different types of liquids. I don't think so. I mean, it would not make any sense if it could.
Mineral depleted.
Right, so we're just going to take the hydrogen out here. And now we're storing our oil. Great. And then we're going to put the matrix labs over here. Okay, so we're gonna need it. Maybe we're gonna put it right here. Oh no. Oof. The tree survived. Alright, and we're gonna need some more Tesla towers. Gee, I keep running out of iron. Grab a stack of that, and then let's make some. And while we're at it, let's make some of these. Alright, so we're gonna want a tower, and let's just put it right here. Right, so this should produce this, and so it needs graphite and hydrogen. Equal amounts, right? So what we're gonna want to do is we want to get this hydrogen and bring it in from back here. We might want to do 2 labs.
Replication complete.
So let's go ahead and I think we're just going to go right this. That should do it. Awesome. And if we grab some more here, we can speed up the process. All right, so let's put her in here. I can see my coal veins are almost all depleted, which is fantastic. Well, actually, it's just this one. Let's go ahead, delete it. Okay, we've got product overflow here, so there we go. And it's a bit of a slow process,
Mineral
all
depleted.
things considered. So we might really want the second one out here. So let's go ahead and might wanna start loading some of these over this way. And the storage might be full again, so let's fix that. Yeah, it's definitely full again, so I think we're just going to put the boxes right up here in the front. That should do it. Wait, 2 boxes. And I guess this side is full as well, so let's go ahead and... I mean, it's still taking... There's still some coming in here. But it should be almost full, so let's go ahead and do the same.
Mineral depleted. Replication complete.
Hopefully this is gonna be enough of a rest of the coal. Right, this wind turbine needs to go. And then... we're doing the same setup here, right? Exactly the same, and we're just going to connect this to the power grid like so. Put this here. Can it be this close? I think it can. Yep. Alright, and already we're storing our crude oil. Then we want our refinery, and we're going to build it exactly the same way. So let's put her here.
Mineral depleted.
Do that, and then we're gonna want this bad boy here. And we'll run this storage up here as well. And we'll basically do a parallel storage to that one, and then eventually this is all going to be filled in. With these tanks.
Mineral depleted.
So we're just going to do 4 here as well. It's so easy to connect these as well. I really love this system. Oh, but I just realized I didn't oops on the other side, but whatever. We can just delete that. Get the refined oil out here, and then we're just going to do the hydrogen. Like so. And I think we're just gonna run it like this. Even though it's such a slow progress, it probably doesn't need 2 conveyor belts, but I don't want to clog up one of the refineries. There we go. Here. And voila. We've got 2 oil refineries working. Sweet. Okay, you're depleted. That's great. So that leaves us with 3 more that are... I think I can delete these guys now, to be honest. And is it just me, or is the power grid overloaded? Might need to check that. Right, I'm gonna take these empty belts out already. No point in keeping them. Power grid. Oh yeah, we're starting to see some problems with the power grid, so good thing we made some more of these. It's not part fuel. Don't judge me on how I'm placing these just horrendously, to be honest. I'm definitely not being very efficient with this. I'm gonna place them all, since, you know, I built them all. I can just place them all right now. Okay, that's all of them. We'll want the solar panels eventually. I just haven't really felt like dealing with that yet. But it's coming. The solar power is definitely coming. And we're going to try to not burn any of the coal, because I don't know, right? I don't know what I might need the coal for in the future. What it might be good for, right? Refining it into something else, the graphite, and then the graphite turns into something else. So I'm not going to burn coal for energy if I don't have to. If I can get away with just using solar power and wind power, we're gonna do that. It's kind of hilarious how you can see them lighting up where the oil is passing through. It's pretty nice. Okay, next we're gonna want to work on the graphite. So this means we're gonna have to get rid of you and you. We're gonna want to move those. You're no longer connected. Okay, that's a problem. Let's connect you again. We could speed up this whole process by slapping another one here, right? And then just having this come out here and just this is the only way I know how we can speed this up a little bit. And then if we put another one on the other side, it should be able to reach these four. We can speed that up as well. Get that transported over there. And then we'll move it there. It's so awkward, but hey, it works, right? It works. And then I think I'll grab some of them and move them over here into the other box. Right. So that should deplete everything a little faster. Although I'm kind of feeling like this one down here. Let's just put one more here. That way we're really committed. That's another 6,000. Oh, we might not have the storage. It's kind of interesting to know, though, how much that is in boxes. It's very interesting to see that. We're just going to preemptively put boxes out here. So let's go ahead and connect them all up. This is probably a very bad storage solution that I'm building here. It's absolutely not efficient. It's ugly. It's all kinds of horrendous, but hey, I just don't really care right now. I just wanted to remove the coal.
Depleted.
So now we're gonna have to think about our smelting process. So the smelting process is kind of going to be a bit awkward. I think we're going to just put it here on this little what do you land bridge? Let's call it a land bridge. Yeah, land bridge. So this would go all the way here. So I'm just just going to put them here, just so I know, right? That this is gonna be this is gonna be, what was that? Glass. And then this here is going to be high purity silicon. Great.
Mineral depleted.
So out here on the side, we're then going to have should we run the coal in the middle? Right, the graphite is also used for plastic. That is probably going to be a better use of coal than power production. I'm currently wondering if I should make this for coal, but nah, no. Okay, so that means then that over here we're going to have to run. Okay, so this is going to be graphite, and this is going to be high purity silicon. Then this could be coal, and this could be graphite, and then I don't know about the other one. I guess it could be crystal silicon. Yeah, see, no, that's a problem because the silicon is coming out here, so that's... Yeah, so we should probably output the silicon here and the graphite there, and then we can probably output the crystal silicon here. Maybe? I mean, there's also the glass or the prism here, which that's awkward as well. I don't even see where... Okay, it's used for crystal explosive units. It's a fuel type, okay. Right, I don't know if it's even necessary to make this. I think the prisms are more important. So why don't we... Glass is made from stone, right? So glass needs to go here. And then glass is being turned into prisms. So why don't we just put prisms here? I feel like this graphic is really useful because the further down something is, the more specialized it is, but at the same time, the more on the right it is, the more specialized it is as well, right? So, I mean, okay, plant fuel, don't quote me on that. But like all of these things down here, right? Like these things are all very highly advanced. Yeah, it's between crystal silicon or prisms. But prisms then get turned into these, so I think plasma emitters I have more use for currently. Though not really. What do I need these for? Okay, actually they're just for buildings. They are not used for anything else. And then prisms are just for plasma exiters. Or exciters. The glass is just used for prisms, okay. Suppose we can just leave that decision for another day. But yeah, why don't we just do this like we plan to do it, and over here we're gonna do things like that. Think that works. Right. And then we can always slap the others after this. Okay. So now we're gonna have to take the coal out from there and bring it down here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we need 2 coal for 1. So it's maybe not the worst idea to just, at least for the time being, just do 2 coal paths until we want to upgrade this, because that then is 1 path per storage. So the problem I'm having is that I'm going to need to connect all of this together somehow. So just going to quickly make sure that everything runs. And we can probably take a lot of these sorters out. Right, but it's currently a bit overkill. We can probably just only keep the ones in the center. We don't need that many. I just had this many while we were harvesting, so we could store everything away as fast as possible. So let's just keep the ones in the middle. Or on the side, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna want to connect everything into this box here. This is our output box. Or maybe the box on the front should be our output box. Yeah, that's... So let's do this. Let's get everything connected. Delete you. And then, oh, let's just slap these down here. Voila. And now we can run this back there. Essentially, we could also actually just use these lines, right? We already have them, so we might as well use them. But then we'd have to wait until this is all depleted, so we're going to do that instead. So that's 1. And that's 2. You know, for a while I was actually really considering planning everything super extensively and testing out everything, like literally everything, and just spending so much time testing everything out before I build anything, and then just show the finished result. But I actually in the end didn't want that, because I'm playing video games to relax, right? I should be able to just relax. So I'm sorry if maybe my content is a little sometimes, but honestly I don't care. Let's see, can we just do normal ones, and then for the output we're gonna take a fast one because it needs to cover more distance. Yeah, that should work. Alright. And we're just going to put a box here. Nah. We're gonna put the box here. Connect.
Mineral depleted.
One. Probably want to do more though than just one. Okay, wait. We can actually just check real quick. So, actually I think you can also just check in here, right? You have your reference rate. We're producing 30, we need 40. So we need 2. Which we can just like change this one to graphite. Let's take the stack out, see if it's still working non-stop.
Application complete.
Okay, it looks like it's perfectly fine this way, so oh, but then why am I having 2 lines? I guess over here we're going to do the faster one because we're grabbing from the second line. It looks fine, and if you then check again, we're producing 60, we only need 40, so great. We have room to upgrade. And now we can put that box there. And we can open one up and put that in. Set by existing and start. Gathering the graphite.
Mineral depleted.
Alright, more coal depleted. Awesome. That is this one. Still 1,000 left. Now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to move our graphite from here over there. So I'm actually thinking of going right through here. So we're gonna have to move that Tesla tower. Actually, that's probably not good. We probably want to put that here
Mineral
instead.
depleted.
You're not connected. Jesus, okay. Right, so we need that graphite to travel to the other side, and I'm thinking we're just going to go okay, yeah, never mind. Maybe we'll just do this and then that and then... Yeah, this is gonna be fine. I always feel bad when I take down the trees. That would be an interesting challenge. Not destroying a single tree. Build a Dyson sphere, but don't chop a single tree. Okay. I think you can't do that because you'll want to have logs for one of the upgrades for your mecha. Yeah, this should be fine. Now we just need that and we're good to go. Yeah, the graphite is probably going to come a lot faster than the hydrogen, so only having one line of this should be okay. And I don't like these noodly looking things, like I prefer everything being a bit more compact, but while we're still building everything out, it's bound to be a little noodly here and there. Right, I prefer this kind of compact look, where everything's just kind of together like this. This is how I like to build. But you don't always get to choose. There we go, there's our red energy matrix. So now what we're going to want to do is move them from there over to where it's needed. And I guess we're doing that, and since we have a third one, might as well slap it on there, right? And I guess if we can build one more. No, we can't build one more. Okay, let's grab some iron. Let's oops. Let's build some more, and then now we can choose research again. I think we're gonna start with upgrades. Right, like core energy, durability, laser weapon range. But I don't really care about that. Movement speed, yep. Drones, yep. Still don't have flight unlocked or energy shields. Vertical construction is going to be really nice.
Complete.
And this is also really important. Mining speed and 6% more ore. Yeah, that's actually really important to unlock these as fast as possible. So I've just noticed these. So yeah, let's start with that, because that's 6%, right? And then that's another 6%, 6%, 6%, 6%. Right, so in total this is 5 levels. Wait, no, 6 levels. So it's 36% more ore that we can have through this. So as soon as we can unlock the next level, we should get the matrices done right away, as fast as possible, so we're not wasting ore. And we're probably not producing red ores fast enough. Yeah, no. And I think our energy grid is having issues. Yeah, so next up, we're going to want to deal with the solar energy. And I'm going to grab the one solar panel I have, just so I can remind myself that that's what I want to do. And so the idea is that we're going to build the solar panels across the whole equator. The whole equator is going to be one big solar farm. So I'm going to put the first one right there. And I'm gonna stand next to it, so next time I know that's where I'm at. I wanna do that. That's the next project, is to start on the solar panel equator farm. That way we're gonna get solar energy literally all day. And it's been fun. I'll see you next time, when we are going to do exactly that, getting solar energy going. Alright, peace.